from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. Bet's gonna cover, bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for February 19th. It's a Thursday. It's time for golf today, just about an hour away from the start out at Riviera with the Genesis Invitational. Great tournament here this week, and I want you to make sure you've got my picks ready to go here as we start the weekend off with a little golf here on Thursday. You can check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon to get my picks for this week's event at Riviera with the Genesis Open right now over at Tony's Pit over at winnable.com/Ramon. Get my picks for today's card. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages, including the picks from the Genesis Open from me today. Now, those are free over there right now, but you can check them out over at winnable.com. You can also subscribe to get additional picks from me. But when you go over to Winnable right now, /Ramon, you can sign up if you haven't already and get my picks right now for the Genesis Invitational in Los Angeles, with that tournament starting here in just about an hour in LA. Thank you for joining me here on the show, everyone. We're going to preview the first day back of the NBA today, and also we'll look at about 10 college basketball games. I got a nice little card here for you today on Thursday as we get ready for, our sports betting weekend. Also, currently, you can get my show with BB as we previewed the UFC card here this week with VB MMA picks. We got a great card here on Saturday with middleweights from Houston. Sean Strickland against Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Now Strickland comes in off of a loss to Duplessis. He lost twice to him actually in the last 3 fights. So we'll see if Strickland can, the former champ, see if he can put aside his outspoken words here getting ready for the fight. He's not a big fan of the NFL. That's for sure. He doesn't like football, okay? He's up against Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, who doesn't mind a good NFL game. Fluffy comes in off a win over Delize. A couple of California natives going at it Saturday night at the Toyota Center in Houston with UFC Fight Night on Saturday night. We'll be here with the live coverage companion stream on Saturday for that card. We also previewed middleweights, Reese and Pereira, and also a welterweight fight in there with Njokuani and Leal. So check out VB MMA picks underneath the live tab here for our coverage on Saturday. All right, and we'll get back to it here with you right now and get this card going here today as we have a great show for you with basketball planned. But, man, it's been an exciting night already at the Olympic Games. did have some action here earlier at the games, including some events that have already gone off here today. But right now in women's hockey, bronze medal match, first intermission, no score between Sweden and Switzerland. Did send out on winnable earlier. My pick in the game was on the under, so no score so far. We'll see how that goes here live on the air with our live coverage here. We'll be watching that one. There have been some other events here as well today, and today's featured event at the Olympics comes here in short order with figure skating coverage here today. We'll see if Alyssa Liu, she's a plus 350 underdog here in the figure skating competition right now, heading into the free skate. I do like her, Alyssa Liu. Come on, how can I not? Here to win the free skate today. Also, we just had some steam come in here. We're going to have more steam for sure throughout this card. Let's see what we got here with UC Davis and UC and Cal State Fullerton. We have a steam move here on the under in this one between Davis and Fullerton. It was 157.5. But right now we're seeing the steam come in here on this one between UC Davis, Cal State Fullerton. Steam here to the under just moments ago. That line is down to 155. So 2.5 point move here right now on the Davis and Fullerton game to go under. All right, it was a great night last night in college basketball, if you were watching. And we did have some winners here on the morning steam show yesterday, certainly as well. Hopefully you're with me on some of the plays. So we had Arkansas in that game against Alabama. What a wild one that was. With Arkansas, Darius Akuf, 49 points for Arkansas, freshman record there, but Arkansas ended up fouling 4 guys out, and they had 2 guys in there I weren't even familiar with. Those guys didn't play too much, and maybe it cost them in the end. Arkansas led by 13 with under 13 minutes to go, but Alabama came back to win 117-115 in double overtime. Alabama made a field day at the free throw line, going 27 for 34 in that one. How about the upset with Creighton over UConn? Is UConn going to be in El Foldo come tournament time? Creighton got the win there last night, 91-84, as Creighton took advantage on the foul line, and the Blue Jays won for just the second time in their last 7 games. So UConn's just 2-2 in their last 4 games following a 22-1 start. Texas A&M overcomes a 13-point deficit, beats Ole Miss 80-77. The Rebels have lost 8 games in a row, and the win snapped the Aggies' 4-game losing streak. It was DePaul over Seton Hall yesterday as Big East underdogs were clicking. They went 4-0 yesterday on the card. St. John's beat Marquette. Marquette led by 6 in the second half, but St. John's came back to win their 12th in a row there in that one. Also, Wake Forest. They led by 20 late in the first half, beat Clemson 85-77. Clemson's lost 3 straight after they were 20-4. Arizona over BYU, despite missing their star, Koa Pete. They were able to win as Del Orso off the bench, 22 points in 26 minutes for the senior, as Arizona won 75-66 on a night of more upsets for sure. We also saw Butler over Georgetown there, and St. Joe's over St. Bonaventure as well. Late night, it was St. Mary's holding off Seattle 72-70. That would have been a big loss for St. Mary's, because it probably will be a 3-bid league, but if St. Mary's would have lost that one, they might have been in trouble actually on the tournament bubble, but it looks like they still should be in. Mississippi State beat Auburn 91-85 as Josh Hubbard had 46 points, 35 of them in the first half. wild game. Mississippi State led by 18 early in the second half, but Auburn rallied to take a 7-point lead, only to see Mississippi State come back and win it. They were hot from 3-point range in that one, made uh, 16 of 30 from beyond the arc and were very efficient. Western Kentucky over Delaware in overtime, 88-77. And Missouri beat Vandy as they led by 21 and hung on for dear life in an 81-80 victory there yesterday. And we did have some okay day there with the premiums yesterday. Basically, I guess it was 8-5 with the premiums there with the college basketball in 3 separate packages. Did lose our free play there, but we did have some premium winners over on Winnable with Illinois State and Murray game to go under. We also had Washington State over Pacific for a winner. Also, Tulsa and Charlotte game to go over. UIC over Evansville. We laid the points there. We also had UTSA plus the points as a premium winner here. Also, Northern Iowa -5.5 was a winner. We also had East Carolina and Wichita over as a winner. NKU and Fort Wayne game to go over as a winner yesterday as part of the winning here for the action on Thursday. Make sure you're joining me over there today for more picks over at winnable.com. Going to say hello to some of the folks here and get ready to go with our previews. We've got a lot of games to look at, so we might as well get started with the crew who is here today. Well, it's Blake. He's ready to go there, and he's holding on with that Sweden under ticket as well. Andrew K., good morning. He's ready for the women's gold medal hockey game today. I'm on the USA on a futures play, so I'm not sure what I'm going to, have anything here as far as a premium. Just going to sweat it out. I mean, they're obviously a substantial favorite. I mean, the one thing you can say about this American team here today with the game, it's at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific, gold medal game, U.S. versus Canada. You've got the great stars of the U.S., Hillary Knight, and for Canadian team, Marie Poulin. But the U.S. has outscored their opponents 31-1. Let's get serious here. I mean, I do want to think that I still think there might be a little bit of value there in the U.S., but you know what? Laying 2.5 goals right now, a little bit dicey there in the game today, and still they've dominated so impressively here right now. You'd have to think maybe it could only go the Americans' way, but can they cover 2.5 goals here today against Canada? That will be up to be seen. Hey, right now we got a great match going on here between Andreeva and Anisimova, and Anisimova is about to get a break here, which would be the deciding turning point in this match. Andreeva won the first set. Anisimova came back to win the second set right now, but Anisimova looking for break point here to go up 5-3 in the third set in Doha, Qatar, and a pretty good match between young stars right now. And I think that she just here making it. Oh, man, good rally. Yep. Puts her away there, I think. Yep, and breaks her serve there to go up 5-3 right now. I'll be serving for the match there. I'm going to have a loser, I think, in that one. All right, let's see who else is here in the chat with me. Bobby Mack is ready to go. And, man, some great action yesterday in the men's hockey, too, of course. There's Kane, hello. Big O, hello. And Andrew giving us the update on the markets. We've opened the markets here. We've gone down quickly here, almost 0.25%, it looks like, maybe. Let's see, AOD's ready to go today. And let's see who else. Dimitri Mamo is here. Yeah, you think that one went over? Dimitri, that was a wild game yesterday with Arkansas and Alabama. M. the Great is here. Dimitri likes the Spurs today. VAR here. Good morning. Johnny Walker here at the Orleans today here in Vegas. VAR also with the over in Yukon yesterday. And that UConn loss. And then Barr says William and Marriott Campbell likes the under there in that one. In fact, I thought we just saw some kind of move there. Yeah, some steam came in there. William and Marriott Campbell under just a short time ago. All right. Thanks everyone for joining me there in the chat. Anyway, let's talk briefly here, real quick, about the games yesterday in the knockout round on the men's side with USA beating Sweden in overtime 2-1. Quinn Hughes scored that wrist shot through that screen there in overtime. The Swedes had tied the game with a minute and a half left in regulation. USA 20 shots in the third period, but goalie Jacob Markstrom for Sweden, 38 saves in the loss as the USA moves to the semifinals. It was Canada over Czechia 4-3 in overtime. Mitch Marner scored just 82 seconds into overtime after Canada had tied the game late. A third period comeback. It was getting dicey there as Canada did pound 41 shots on Lucas Dostal. The Ducks goalie got the win there. Also Slovakia over Germany 6-2. Pavel Regenda, the former San Diego Gulls, scored in that game. 2 goals there for Regenda in the game in Finland. Beat Switzerland 3-2 in overtime. Finland rallied from a 2-0 deficit. Hey, good news, Sidney Crosby. He may not be out just yet of the next game. Crosby with a possible ACL knee injury with those heavy hits and heavy checks, but he's checked out all right. May still be able to make it. It's very sore. We'll have to see about Crosby there in that one, and hopefully he can go. We'd like to see him in there. All right, I think we're ready, just about to go here with the action on Thursday. Let me know what else you guys are on here as we have a great sports betting day going. All right, we've got plenty of basketball, though, that's for sure. All right, I think we're ready to go here. Here we go, energy that play with the Chechia. I mean, when 6 guys are okay, you didn't see the 6 guys when they were skating around with the puck and they scored, but when the celebration came down, you probably should have noticed the 6th guy on the ice, right? What, did some guy come off the bench to celebrate with them? All right. Here we go with the action today, and let's get going in the NBA with the Hawks are going to take on the Philadelphia 76ers. Get things going here on our NBA card for Thursday. How about it? Well, we know one thing. We're back to the NBA season. Guys are already missing out here on the first game. It's going to be rest day here already for Philadelphia star Joel Embiid. That's okay. He'll be back for the next one. He just got to injury manage his injuries here. So no Joel Embiid today. Oubre probable, Grimes probable, and Philadelphia here. It says pick 'em there. I know they're favored in a few spots, but definitely feels like the move has been on Atlanta all week here, especially now with Embiid out. I mean, the send out in this game was 4 or 5. Remember, these lines have been out a little longer than your normal basketball lines, just because of the fact that with the respite there for a week, these lines came out 2 or 3 days ago in some spots. So here we go right now with Atlanta coming in with a 3-game losing streak right now. They failed to cover in 4 straight games. Still, Atlanta's a pretty good underdog. They're 18-14 as a dog here this season. Philadelphia continues to be a strong favorite of 18-11, but like I said, I think this one's kind of moving to a pick'em, so might want to just talk about it from the perspective of straight up here. Atlanta 17-14 on the road. Philadelphia 13-16 ATS at home. Both those are spread records, of course. Philadelphia's only 15-14 straight up at home coming into this one. Atlanta's failed to cover in 6 of their last 7 coming into this one. They've gone just 2-5 in their last 7 games. Atlanta is 5-2 against Philadelphia in the last 7 meetings overall. Philadelphia had won 6 of 9 coming into this one. 9 of the last 10 games in this series have gone over. Philadelphia's gone over in 5 of their last 7. Atlanta's gone over in 4 of 6. Coming into this one. So we're having a goalie change here for possibly here in the women's game. I'm trying to analyze it here while I'm doing the show, so I'll just keep on chatting here with you guys. Anyways, in this one between Atlanta and Philadelphia, I'm still going to probably try Philadelphia here, even without Embiid in this one. Like I said, Atlanta's had a little bit of problems here of late before the break. They have covered 5 of the last 7, but I'm going to take Philadelphia here to win this one over Atlanta today at a pick 'em. Let's see your picks here in the chat in this one. And we're going to start here with, hey, good morning to Public Enemy. Robert's on the over. 9 Legacy likes the Hawks to win this one on the road. I want to say hello and welcome to Dan H. Wins. Appreciate you, Dan, joining us with the chat all-stars today. He says, Sixers offense can perform well without Embiid. Maybe the team total over. Thank you, too. Dan H. Wins today. VAR is on Atlanta on the money line, and Andrew likes Maxey to have a big game here. I'll try him. Let's go with Philadelphia in this one. All right, next up now, we've got the Nets taking on the Cavs here, NBA action here. Oh, let me see if I can't make sure we got our new layout here with Mikey. Such a beautiful layout there. Thank you, Mikey, for our new home here. I like how I fit right into the screen there. All right. Nets and Cavs here, NBA action for Thursday. Well, yeah, the Nets are going to get back at it here, but they're going to face a hot Cleveland team. Remember, Cleveland was scorching there at the end of the first half. And hey, good news, my man Evan Mobley is going to return to the lineup here, and we'll see how he performs with James Harden now and how they'll space the floor a little bit with Mobley back in there. He's missed several games with an injury, but he's expected back here in this one. And look, the spread's 16.5 here right now. So Nick Claxton is out for the whoops. There we go. That's what I wanted. I knew I felt a little uncomfortable there. It's got to be perfect for me. Anyways, the Cavaliers here by 16.5 here in this one, going up against the Nets. The Cavs are hot into the break. Winners of, I think, 5 straight, covering 4 out of the last 5 overall as they finish strong with wins over Portland, the Clippers, Sacramento, Denver, and Washington. Not the toughest schedule there, but Cavaliers have not been a good cover this season, actually. Just 10-19 against the spread at home, 16-27 against the spread as a favorite. But Brooklyn hasn't been anything special. We know that. They still have covered 4 out of the last 6 meetings between the two, but Brooklyn's lost 16 of 20 coming in, and also just 2-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. So see what you got here in this one. Cleveland coming in here, big old favorite against the Nets tonight. Is it enough? Is it enough points here? Let's see what you guys got in this wacky game. Here we go. Whoops. All right, here we go with the Nets and Cavs from you guys. Blake, he starts it off. He's on the Nets here. VAR is on the under here. And see with Harden in there and get my man Mobley back in there. Roberts on the over here. Cavs, look, what's going to happen with the East, right? You got to respect what the Cavs are doing. Tatum's about to come back for the Celtics, hopefully within the next month and a half before the playoffs. He's ramping up his comeback here. And look, Boston's in great position. What's going to happen? The Pistons, the Knicks, maybe a little bit of Sixers. I don't know, but going to be some interesting times in the Eastern Conference here. Barr going to take him out to the woodshed. There's Stacks McKelvey in the chat this morning. Maybe Andrew G could get back to the Cavaliers for one more, to end his career, right? You got to end it in Cleveland, don't you, if you're LeBron? Although the Lakers ready to run it back one more time. Now there's Justin. He likes the Cavs here, and Nine Legacy likes the Brooklyn Nets against the spread here in this one. Man, are the Nets about to really get pounded here by these guys by 16 and a half points here? I mean, this thing, the send out was 10 or 11, but I think that was, I don't know what the information is that would have came out that propelled this one so much higher, but I think I'll try Cleveland here as well. Give me the Cavs in this one. I think Cleveland here with their 4-1 spread record, and they've been dominant at home. So look, Brooklyn's had a little modest success against Cavaliers covering the spread here, but I'm going to try the Cavaliers and lay it Cavaliers by 20. All right, continue on here with our morning steam show. Look, there was some steam that came in. Let me update this real quick, and then we'll get back to the NBA previews. I did catch some moves that just came in. North Florida took the steam against Austin P a few minutes ago. North Florida was getting 12. They're now getting 11. Here, maybe even 10.5. North Florida took the steam of just a few moments ago. Also, New Hampshire and Lowell, some steam to the over in this extra board game with New Hampshire and Lowell. It was 148, but we're up to 149.5 right now with New Hampshire and Lowell. Also, Gardner Webb and Radford took some steam to the under. Well, those are two teams that kind of like to go over, but the steam came in on the under here at 164 down to probably 162.5 here right now with Gardner Webb and Radford. And also, I think that is it right now. Let me see here. One more with. Yep, no, that's good. We're ready. That's good. Let's keep it moving right here in the NBA right now. Okay, next up. Okay, the Rockets are going to take on the Hornets here in a good matchup, huh? How about this one? Got the Rockets here favored on the road by 4.5 right now, and the total here 217. This is up a little bit from the openers here, but man, you got to think right now in this one that you think about the Hornets and their incredible run here to end the first. Did I leave the Hornets out of the discussion there in the Eastern Conference? They're 10-1 in their last 11 games, so they've got to be doing something right here right now. But yeah, a little bit of comment. Hey, we've got a goal here for Sweden just now, 1-0 here in the bronze medal game. Sweden first to strike. Okay, Charlotte. Winners of 10 of their last 11. They covered 5 of their last 6. Heading here into the break for Houston here. They're just 4-8 in their last 12 meetings with the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets beat Atlanta 110-107 heading into the break for a cover. They did lose to Detroit, but before that, wins over New Orleans, Houston, and Atlanta. For Houston here, meanwhile, they're not covering much of late. They've won 10 of their last 15, but are just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games. Houston's gone under in 9 of their last 11 overall. Charlotte's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games coming in, and 8 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams have gone under. I might just go under here in this one. Charlotte's 14-26 to the under as an underdog, and they're 8-18 to the under at home. Now Houston is 15-13 to the over on the road, but they're 20-28 to the under as a favorite. So I think I'm just going to take the under here in this one. Looks to me like the strongest total on the board trend-wise. So yeah, it is a little bit low here with the number for sure at 217. And in fact, the total's only gone higher from the opener here. But give me the under with the Rockets and the Hornets here on the Morning Steam Show. See what you have in this one. Let's go to the chat. It's going to be Vars on the Hornets here, but Justin likes the Rockets today. 9 Legacies on the Hornets. Hey, there's D Money in the chat. He likes the Hornets plus these points. You know, this one opened as low as 2 for the Rockets, but all the way up to 4.5 here. Robert likes the Rockets as well here today. Yeah, you figure maybe the Rockets could get off the snide a little bit. Look, it's not an easy opponent right now. Charlotte's playing well, but Houston stumbled. A lot of people just say, hey, heading into the break, they played so well that they gave a few wins back there. All right, well, we do have to go over the Pacers and the Wizards right now. And if we were starting baseball season, we'd probably kick these guys to the curb here and not cover these games where the teams are not going to the playoffs. It does feel like right now you either are in contention or you're not. I know that seems kind of broad-based, but there's a group of, we know who these teams are. Anything in the when you have only your win numbers in the teens, I think you're in trouble for the season anyway. You're in El Tanko mode with these two, but we'll talk about it here with the Pacers and the Wizards. Speaking of baseball, spring training does begin on Friday. We've got spring training games on Friday, 5 games. All right, Pacers here, winners of 2 straight into the break. Pacers with wins over New York and Brooklyn, covered the spread in those for Washington. Meanwhile, 3 straight losses. They failed to cover the spread as a dog in any of those against Brooklyn, Miami, and Cleveland. Cleveland here, so you have Pacers here on the road as a favorite. They are just 11-16 against the spread on the road, but Washington 21-29 against the spread as an underdog, so they have not been even close really in this role at all. Washington 22-31 against the spread this season, 1-4 straight up and against the spread. Their last 5 overall. Indiana's lost 15 of 20 on the road, but they've won 6 of the last 7 over the Wizards. Also, they've gone over in 5 of their last 7. Washington's gone over here in 6 of their last 7 games as well. I'm going to go with the over here in this one with the Pacers and the Wizards here tonight. I think both teams are trending heavily really to the over. Both have gone over here basically in 11 of their last 14 combined. So I know the head-to-head series leads is trending under here, but I think with the recent form and maybe the defensive leakage, if you know what I mean, I'm going to take the over here with Indiana and Washington as my pick here on the Morning Steam Show. See what you guys have in the chat on this one. We're not going to spend too much time with these goofball teams. Here's Justin on the over here. And I'm going to get that new look Wizards lineup here eventually, I would think. Right now, of course, AD out indefinitely with that hand injury, so hopefully we'll see him soon. No D'Lo yet. Alex Sarr is out here as well. For the Pacers, Siakam is out of this game. Micah Potter questionable, Nesmith questionable, McConnell questionable here, but I'm going to go with the over in this one. Barr's on the over, Roberts on the Pacers, and Andrew says, you know what, this might be a little bit cheap considering where Washington is, and there's no doubt the Pacers have played pretty well this year, considering. Look, they still have a poor record, there's no doubt, but they did pick up a few wins there before the break, and, their spread record is a little bit better than their overall record, so that's where I give them a little bit of credit here. But it's been a disastrous season. All right. Not a disastrous season for the Detroit Pistons here. It's just a matter of can they get over the hump eventually, or has their great run just been about the regular season here? How will they be equipped in the postseason? Detroit here, winners of 3 straight, actually coming in right now with wins, covers over New York, Charlotte, and Toronto heading into the break. Detroit here is an underdog, and they have been the best underdog this season overall in the NBA. 9-1 as an underdog for the Detroit Pistons here. Wow. What a run here for these guys. But man, the Knicks at home have been so good. I mean, they're 20-9 against the spread at home, 27-20 against the spread as a favorite. Detroit 14-11 against the spread on the road compared to 15-13 against the spread at home. Still very consistent, but man, that is an impressive underdog record here for sure. Coming into this one for the Knicks here, they come in having won and covered 10 of their last 12 overall. Detroit, meanwhile, has won 6 of their last 7, but they have dropped 13 of the last 20 games to the New York Knicks. And Switzerland just tied the game up here at 1-1 with 4 minutes to go in the second period. Detroit's won 6 of their last 7 coming in and covered 5 of their last 7. Detroit's gone under in 15 of their last 20 games coming in. New York's gone under in 10 of its last 14. And 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under. I'm going to go under here in this one with Detroit and New York. Look, I think the Knicks can probably win this one and maybe still cover. They're so good at home, but man, that 9-1 underdog record against the spread for Detroit, that is impressive, especially considering that, how successful they've been this season. I mean, they're coming in here with a 40-13 record overall, well ahead of the Knicks by 6 games in the standings here currently. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under here in this one. These two teams met already twice this season. Detroit rocked them both times at home. Now, we used to have a guy in the chat who used to talk about revenge all the time, but he's no longer here. But this would have been right up his alley here with big wins by Detroit. 31 points and 38 points in the 2 home games. I think those would stand out, even if it's not immediate revenge. I think the Knicks are, they know that. They remember that. I might think that they could exact the revenge here, despite that impressive record by Detroit. Let's see what you have in the chat in this one. We've got here Knicks for Stacks. Var says New York on the money line. Robert's on the Knicks here. D-Money's on the Knicks as well. Andrew knows this is going to be a good one. Raptors and Bulls NBA action here. We're down to the second half of the card here right now. And the Bulls, is there any hope for the Bulls to ever get it going here? Now, Giddey is expected here to be in the lineup today, but Trey Jones, questionable. Jalen Smith is probable for the Raptors. Mamu Kalashvili is questionable. Murray Boyles is probable. But for the Bulls, it's been just a disaster heading into the break. They've lost and failed in 6 straight coming into this one. But Toronto covered 4 of the last 5 games on the road here, 4-1 ATS. But Toronto 1-8 straight up in their last 9 games at Chicago. This is the trouble spot basically for the Raptors here. It's just that the Bulls have been such a disaster. Can they find it here and win or at least cover in this one against the Toronto Raptors, who have been pretty good on the road? They're 15-11 against the spread overall, although just 13-19 is a favorite, and the Bulls are 18-13 against the spread as a dog. It's just that they've been 1-9 ATS in their last 10 coming into the break. Toronto's lost 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Toronto here has gone under in 6 of their last 9 into this one, and they've also gone under in 11 of 32, or I'm sorry, under in 21 of 32 games as a favorite. This one's a little bit tricky here. I'm probably going to take the over in this one. Despite that, Chicago's gone over in 5 straight. They've also gone over in 4 of the last 5 games against Toronto. I'm going to take the over here in this one with Toronto and Chicago. All right, see what you got here in this one. These two teams met, about 2 weeks ago, and it was 123-107. Toronto got the win as a 7.5-point favorite there in their first meeting of the season. Let's go to the chat here in this one and see what you got. And it's going to be Var likes the Bulls here plus the points in this one. And Justin has Scotty Barnes, rebound prop here. 9 Legacy Raptors on the spread. Stacks also likes the Raptors here. Bobby Mack is on the under, and Andrew K likes BI to go over in his points. And Robert says got to take that Bulls despite what's been going on with them here. This series has gone over in 4 straight games. I mentioned it was over in 4 of the last 5. It's actually over in 4 straight in 4 of the last 5. Hey, I heard some steam come in here real quick, so let's see what that was all about. William and Mary is taking the steam here right now in the last couple of minutes. William and Mary was getting a point. They're now favored in this game by a point. William and Mary just took the steam against Campbell. We mentioned earlier the steam came in on the under, moving it from 169.5 to 168 or lower, and now the steam just came in on William and Mary. Also, Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, and let me see if this is right here. I'm gonna have to. I think there's a typo here. I don't want to say the wrong game. We'll just move on here with our coverage here. I think Andrew G is on the Raptors there. I don't think he's on the Geico Gecko. Suns and Spurs here, action for Thursday with San Antonio favored by 7.5. Total
Final
is up here. I see the dot there. Let me fix that. I'll call it 7.5 since we got that. We got too many periods in this line. All over the place there. There we go. You got the Spurs here by 7.5. Mostly around 229 or so in this one. Man, the Suns have been such a great moneymaker this season, but the Spurs closed the first half on fire. So let's see how you want to approach it. San Antonio, winners of 6 in a row, covering 6 in a row here. Phoenix, just 2-4 straight up and against the spread in their last 6 games overall coming into this one. But San Antonio's gone over in 5 straight. Phoenix has gone over in 5 of their last 7 games. Coming in, Phoenix closed the first half losing 3 of their last 4 with losses to Golden State, Philadelphia, and OKC here. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Phoenix has been terrific here against the spread, 17-10 against the spread on the road, 17-11 against the spread as an underdog. But San Antonio, like I said, they closed covering 8 of their last 10. Also, San Antonio 14-10 against the spread at home. Let's see how you have this one here with Phoenix taking on San Antonio. You know, the send out here was 3.5 or 4, but with Booker, he's out of this game. I think that's a major factor here. Oh, you know what? I'm seeing him as probable in this game, actually, for Book. So that's good news. The Book is probable here. Plumlee out for San Antonio. Waters is out for San Antonio as well. Jalen Green probable here for Phoenix. Cole Anthony is out. Grayson Allen is probable. Wow. Interesting that the line is what it is here. I got to take the Phoenix Suns in this one plus the points. I mean, they've done it so well. San Antonio's been great. I don't know. I think there's going to be a little bit of fade on Phoenix for a lot of people here in the second half, but I just question what the teams in the Western Conference might not be trying as hard as a team like the Phoenix Suns here. So, all right, a little bit of steam just came in on Vermont and their game against Maryland, Baltimore County today. The Catamounts taking the steam here. They were a 1-point dog. They're now a favorite in the game against Maryland, Baltimore County. Go to the chat here in this one between Phoenix and San Antonio. See what you've got here. Robert's on the Spurs. 9 Legacy says it's his best bet. Justin likes Wembanyama to have a big game tonight. Go over in his props. Spurs haven't beaten the Suns yet this season, says Andrew G. Yep, they've already played twice. Phoenix won both games, but both of them were at home there, so cover those. Robert's on the over. Barr's on the over. And no, Andrew, sorry, I just got it wrong. He's in the game there. I show him as probable. We saw him at the All-Star game, so. All right, Dimitri says free money on the Spurs today. Everyone likes the Suns. Oh, boy, I didn't know I was on the square side here. All right, yep, I'm taking the Suns in this one. All right, Celtics and Warriors now here on Thursday. Wow, with the Celtics laying the points here on the road, -5.5. Now, we know Curry's going to be out here for an extended period of time still, but this line has kind of moved in the direction of Boston here. KP is questionable for the Warriors. Will Richard is probable. And interesting to note that line has gone up like it has with the Celtics here, but obviously they're playing pretty well coming into the break. They beat Chicago 124-105 to get the cover in that one. Boston 17-10 against the spread on the road this season. Golden State, meanwhile, just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games. Coming into this one, Golden State just 2-4 straight up in their last 6, 1-5 against the spread. In their last 6, they've failed to cover in 5 straight at home. Boston, however, is just 2-7 against Golden State in the last 9 meetings between the two teams. The teams have not yet met this season. Boston is 6-1 straight up and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. 9 of the last 10 games for Boston have gone under. 7 of the last 9 between these two teams have gone under here, but as well as the Celtics have played, there is a little bit of an angle being discussed here that with it being Ramadan, Brown does acknowledge Ramadan, and some people have said that he may not be 100% getting through the game because of fasting procedures there, that maybe he could be weakened by that. But that's just something that's been discussed a little bit. All right. And in this one, I got to go under with Boston and Golden State here in this one. We'll see what you guys have in the chat with Boston and Golden State. Justin's on the Celtics here. Nine Legacy's on the Warriors. Jordy likes the Celtics on the money line, and Boston for Robert McCormick here. He also likes the under in this one at 212.5. What do I have on? I got a 212 there on screen. All right. Hey, Tennessee State just took some steam here just a few moments ago in their matchup today with Lindenwood. Well, we'll see what happens here. This one's in our preview. Tennessee State just took the steam, moved from 3 to 4, maybe even 4.5 here right now with Lindenwood and Tennessee State here on the Morning Steam Show. I'm showing it up to 4.5 here right now for Tennessee State. All right, next up, the Magic are taking on the Kings here. Look at this one. This one's gone pretty high, actually, with the Magic and the Kings. Now, look, the Kings are probably the worst team going right now, and the line has moved here because of the news late last night that we're not going to see any more this season of Sabonis. Now, he's missed a lot of time, so I don't want to say that it's built in, because this line has definitely moved now that he's been ruled out. Also, Zach LaVine is out for the remainder of the season as well. Russell Westbrook probable, Malik Monk probable, Franz Wagner is out of this game for Orlando here. But the Kings, I mean, as dismal as they've been here, still they're getting a bushel full of points. 8.5 here, looks like right now. Total 223.5. Sacramento just ended the first half of the season with a thump here. They lost 10, 12 games in a row here. Lost count. And they've gone just 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 games. But Orlando is so weak on the road. 1-9 ATS in their last 10 games on the road. 8-17 against the spread overall. They're just going up against the Sacramento team. It's not too good at covering spreads either. 3-7 against the spread in their last 10. 12-16 against the spread at home, and 19-31 against the spread as a dog. Orlando just 4-8 ATS in their last 12. They've lost 6 of the last 8 games to Sacramento, yet covered 4 of the last 6. Can't believe they were underdogs against them a few times. These two teams have not yet met this season. I'm going to go under here in this one with Sacramento and Orlando here. Give me the under here in this one. 10 of the last 12 meetings have gone over between these two, but I'm going a little bit with the eye test here, I think, in this matchup, as I will take the under with Orlando and Sacramento here. Sacramento 22-28 as an underdog to the under, so I'm going to take the under. Right in the chat, we've got here Magic for Justin. 9 Legacies on the Kings against the spread here. And Andrew says they do have trouble on the road. I'm not sure I trust the Magic to get a number right now on the road. Orlando for Robert, though. I think the chat kind of likes them here a little bit. Okay. Man, we've reached the end here. Last game on this 10-game NBA card. We've still got some college basketball to go here on mid-major Thursday. How about the Nuggets taking on the Clippers here in this one? You got the Nuggets on the road, favored here by 4, maybe even 4.5 right now. Total 226 or so, with the Clippers at home here, and we'll see. Can the Clippers keep it going here? They've still got work to do. They're one of the few teams that, kind of aren't settled into the playoffs, but are playoff caliber. They have a lot of work to do. So we'll see if that affects, maybe something consider here with the Clippers. Maybe they can get the money in some of these games. Now, Garland is still out, so we're waiting for him. Batum is probable here for the Clippers. Do expect Kawhi in there. For the Nuggets, Watson is out here. Of course, Gordon is out indefinitely. Spencer Jones probable here in this one. For the Nuggets here, meanwhile, they come in here 35-20 right now. They won 2 of 3 going into the break. They beat Memphis last time out, 122. Pardon me, to 116. Get comfortable here. There for Denver, they're 19-10 against the spread on the road. Clippers are 16-12 against the spread as an underdog. Here in this one, Clippers went 13-5 straight up in their last 18, 12-6 against the spread in their last 18 games. Denver is 5-0-1 against the Clippers. They've won and covered 5 straight meetings against this team right now, but Clippers motivated here, starting the second half at home. I got to take the Clippers here in this one, plus the points against Denver tonight. Give me the Clippers at home against the Nuggets.
Critical notice.
All right, we'll see what you guys have here. In this one, there was some steam that just came in as well. Matchup between Monmouth and North Carolina Wilmington. This one's in the preview. Steam to the over here with Monmouth and Wilmington. It was 141. It's up to 142.5.
Steam play.
Also, just seconds ago, some steam here with Montana State and Weber. Steam to the under. In this one, it was 150.5. We're down to 149 here with Montana State and Weber. Some steam to the under here on the Morning Steam Show. Here come the plays in the Clippers game from the chat. It's going to be Stacks. He likes Jokic for a triple-double. And Robert likes the under. And Public Enemy on Denver here. Andrew G. might like the Nuggets. Justin likes Kawhi's rebounds. Dying Legacy likes the Clippers. Jordy thinks the Clippers can win this one. All right, that's going to do it for the NBA. Wow, 10 games to get back on the beat here. So should be a good card tonight. Now let's get to some college basketball. I've got to think about 10 games here with you guys. So let's take a look at what we've got and get rolling. All right, first up, I'm going to look at... Oh, hold on. Let me get one more steam play in here. Samford and the Citadel. Steam to the over in this one with Samford and the Citadel. It was 140.5, and we're up to 142 right now with Samford and the Citadel. Steam just coming in here just seconds ago. All right, we're going to the extra board first. Okay, here we go. Go to the extra board first here with Vermont taking on Maryland, Baltimore County. College basketball action here for Thursday. For Vermont here, they've won 9 of their last 12 coming into this one. They've also won 9 of the last 10 meetings against Baltimore County. However, they've gone just 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 against Baltimore County. UMBC has won and covered 7 of their last 8 games coming into this one. They've also won 5 straight at home, but we just saw that steam come in on Vermont here just moments ago. Vermont's gone over in 4 of its last 5. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under here. So, look, I mean, Baltimore County, they're playing pretty well here right now. I know there's some hot action here coming in right now on Vermont in this game, but And for me, I'll probably go to the total here in this one, and I'm going to go under here with Vermont and Baltimore County. Give me the under in this one at 141-ish. Yeah, 141. Give me the under with Vermont and Baltimore County. See what you got in the chat. Justin's on the Catamounts here. Look, they just got steamed a little while ago. Right now, they're up to 1.5 point favorite. There, they were a dog in this game. VAR is on the over here in this one. And Robert's on Vermont as well. All right, a lot of Vermont action in there. Next up, we got Marshall taking on Appalachian State. College basketball action here for a Thursday. Got a lot of good mid-major games to look at here, and let's take a look at this one with Marshall and Appy State. App State favored by 2.5. Total 144 here. Marshall comes in 17-10. Appalachian State is 18-10. Appalachian State seem to be the hotter team here of late. They are They are, however, coming in off of a loss here. Take a look at the standings in the Sun Belt. It is wild here right now with 4 of the top 5 teams playing each other. We'll talk about the other game in the Sun Belt in just a moment, but you do have Appalachian State here. They are tied for first at 10-5 with Troy. Meanwhile, for Marshall, they are in second, tied for second with a 9-5 record, just a half a game back. Appalachian State did lose their last time out to JMU, but before that had consecutive wins over Troy, South Alabama, Eastern Michigan in the Sun Belt MAC Challenge, and they also beat Georgia Southern on the road 81-65 as a 1.5 point favorite. Now, Marshall is a pretty okay team. It's 5-4 ATS as an underdog, but they're 8-18 ATS overall. Appalachian State 16-10 against the spread, including 7-5 against the spread at home and 9-7 against the spread as a favorite here. So it feels like Appalachian State has just played better here. Of late, like I said, for Marshall, they actually haven't covered in quite a while here right now. They're on a bit of a cover 5 straight failures, really, for Marshall, despite winning 3 of their last 5 games coming in. Marshall's defeated Appalachian State in 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two. Marshall also 12-6 straight up in their last 18, but Appalachian State's 12-6 against the spread in their last 18, having won 7 of their last 8 overall. Now, App State's gone under in 6 of their last 7, and 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone under. I mentioned Marshall, not a very good spread team, but they're also, how can I put it? When they don't play very well, those games tend to go over. When they're in games that they're expected to be competitive in, maybe like this one, even though I kind of like App State, the games usually are going under here. So I'm going to take the under in this one. Appalachian State's 4-12 to the under as a favorite, and Marshall's 3-6 to the under as a dog here. Like I said, the series is 6 of the last 7 under. Give me the under here in this one with Marshall and App State. Hey, we've had some, let me get your plays here. We've had some steam come in. Here's VAR on App State. Robert's on the under. He also likes Marshall. Cash Kane will lay it with App State. All right. Hey, Alabama A&M just took the steam here seconds ago. Alabama A&M going up against Florida A&M today. Alabama A&M was a 2-point dog, but right now it looks like it's through a pick-em here. Alabama A&M just took the steam. Also, moments ago, NJIT. Wow, they took the steam against Albany here. You gotta like NJIT in this game, don't you? To blast these guys. They were a 3-point favorite. Now they're up to 4.5. Oh, man, let me get on them right now. Let me see what this line's gone up to. I like NJIT today. Let me take them here on the Morning Steam show with you guys. Man, they've been such a solid cover this year. They should beat these guys pretty handily. I'm going to take NJIT as a little add-in play here on the extra board right now that I see this steam coming in. I will chase that steam. NJIT's looking pretty good here this year, and Albany is 9-17 overall. NJIT 15-12 overall. Give me NJIT and one more play there. All right, let's keep it moving here right now. And look, if we had to go, I know it's mid-major Thursday. It's still a mid-major, but this one's still a pretty decent game here, at least, with Memphis taking on South Florida. College basketball action here for Thursday with South Florida. Pretty big favorite here right now by 8.5 coming into this one. Total here 159 with these two. All right, let's see what we got here with Memphis on the road. Memphis, they went in a couple games ago, took on Utah State, and Penny was talking about how difficult it actually is to play at Utah State. I thought he said some nice things there. Memphis just 12-13 overall. South Florida comes in with a 4-game winning streak, including wins over UTSA, Tulsa, Wichita, and FAU, although they did fail last time out against the Owls. Winning by 2 is a 4.5-point favorite in that one for Memphis here, just 4-8 against the spread on the road. South Florida looks 6-7 against the spread at home, but they're on a pretty good groove here right now. Memphis with back-to-back losses against North Texas and that aforementioned game against Utah State. They actually lost that one by 24 points. Utah State was dunking on them in the end, but it didn't upset Petty too much. Anyway, let's see what you got here in this one. Memphis comes in here 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games against South Florida. It's been kind of a good series for them. Memphis is just 4-9, however, against the spread in their last 13. And despite the fact that they have defeated South Florida in 7 of 8, they failed to cover in 12 of their last 18 against South Florida overall. It's about a decade sample size. South Florida's lost 5 straight games at home to Memphis here, but man, South Florida's playing good right now. They're currently sitting atop the standings here as well. Looking sharp here is South Florida in conference play right now in the American. They're 10-3 currently. Memphis is at 7-5 right now. Tulsa and Wichita are 9-5, but man, Isaiah Nelson and the South Florida Bulls playing pretty well here. Memphis here has gone over in 7 of 12 on the road. South Florida, though, just 13-12 to the overall with these two. But, man, it does seem like South Florida in conference games have more of a tendency to go under, I think. Now, Memphis has gone over in 5 of their last 6 coming into this one. Let me go to the chat here before I make my call on this one. I want to hear from you guys, and I'll make my pick. Here's Bar on Memphis. Justin does like the over in this one. Cash Kane likes the over, and Robert likes the over. The chat is liking the over in this one with Memphis and South Florida. All right. I'm going to take South Florida in this one. Give me South Florida here. I like what you guys are saying about the over. I'm going to have to look long and hard at that because I just both meetings last year did go under between these two teams. I don't know if that's what my hesitation is a little bit. I mean, the move has been kind of back and forth. Let me take South Florida. I'll lay the points. Okay, next up, we just mentioned this one with Monmouth taking on NC Wilmington here. Steam just came in on the over in this one a few moments ago. You do have Wilmington here favored by 7.5, but I think we're going to adjust the total. It's up to a 143, 143.5 or so right now. There we go. Yeah, let's update that for sure. Yeah, see what you got here with Monmouth on the road in this one, getting the points here. Monmouth 14-12, but they've been a pretty interesting cover here, and they've won 3 straight over Stony Brook, Drexel, and Towson. They are 8-4 against the spread as an underdog, and 8-5 against the spread on the road for Wilmington. Meanwhile, they've won and covered 3 straight over Charleston, Elon, and Hofstra, although they're just 9-11 against the spread as a favorite coming in. So see what you got here. Monmouth taking on Wilmington today with these two. Okay, I'm going to go to the chat and see what you guys think here in this one. Wilmington is just 4-9 to the under at home this season. Monmouth 5-7 to the under on the road. Okay, let's go to the chat here. And it's going to be Monmouth here for Robert. And Dimitri's on Austin P on the extra board. Monmouth's won 5 of their last 6. They've gone 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 on the road. Monmouth's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games here coming in. I said Wilmington's had that under trend going on for sure. All right, I'm going to have to make my call in this one. I got to take the over here with Wilmington and Monmouth. Give me the over. I'll chase that steam here up to 143.5. Is that what it is? I'll take the over. Let me adjust my line here. All right, nothing else from you guys with this one. So I'll move on here. I think we got some other good ones here on the mid-major Thursday. And let's take a look here with Cal Baptist on the road here, taking on Utah Valley. Looks like Utah Valley here, 7.5 point favorite, total 141 here. I've got a good one. Take a look at this conference, the WAC. 7 teams in this conference, and what can you say? They're all jumbled up here at the top with Cal Baptist. They're 9-4 in first place. Utah Valley is 8-4 in third place here currently. Utah Tech is also 9-4 right now coming in. So look, Utah Valley's been a pretty solid home team this season for sure, but Cal Baptist has been picking up steam. Cal Baptist is 19-7 overall. Utah Valley is 18-7. Cal Baptist just had their winning streak snapped last time out by Utah Tech. That second place, first place team anyway. They lost 70-65 on the road. Cal Baptist was actually favored in that game. For Utah Valley here, they're coming in off of a loss to Utah Tech as well. 81-71 on the road is a 9.5 point favorite actually in that one. So Utah Tech has been a great surprise here, the former Dixie State team. Anyways, for CBU here, they are 9-5 against the spread on the road, but Utah Valley is 7-4 against the spread at home. So I think it's a good one here in the WAC. Again, this is a one-bid conference, so they're just battling out for a regular season title. Got to win the tournament here to advance from this conference, but it looks like 3 teams are the legitimate contenders there anyway. And let's see how you have this one. For Utah Valley here, they've won 13 of their last 17, but just 2-4 against the spread in their last 6. Cal Baptist has won 9 of their last 10, but they are just 2-8 in their last 10 games against Utah Valley, 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 against Utah Valley. The teams have already met once this season. It was 78-71. Cal Baptist won at home as a 1.5-point underdog in that one. So, look, I think Cal Baptist can stay in this game with Utah Valley today. Let's go to the chat, though, and see what you think in the wacky whack here. You think that the conference tournament should be called the Whack-Offs. All right, here we go. There's Steve. Hello, good morning, Steve. Hey, we got a couple more games for you. Here's Cal Baptist for Bobby Mack. And Var is on the over here, and Robert is on the over as well. All right, I'm on Cal Baptist here to stay in this one and get the number in this matchup against Utah Valley here on Thursday night. All right, here we go. Next up, Texas State taking on South Alabama. Action here for Thursday. We already mentioned the situation here, obviously, in the Sun Belt. Now here are the other teams that are battling out here amongst the leaders, if you will. Texas State is 9-6. They are 1 game back. South Alabama is 9-5. They're a half a game back. It's getting wild in the Sun Belt. For USA here, they are 19-8 coming in. Texas State comes in here with a record currently of 17-11, but Texas State has been hot. They're hot. Are Texas State Bobcats right now coming into this one? They've been one of the hotter teams going here of late. Oops. For Texas State, they come in here off of a win over Monroe, 95-84. They didn't cover, though, actually, in that game. Also, they beat up on Troy, Western Michigan, Georgia Southern, ODU. But Texas State is just 3-8 against the spread on the road. USA is 14-11 against the spread overall, but just 5-7 against the spread as a favorite. Texas State has won 6 straight coming into this one, 5-1 against the spread. The one failure was the game against Monroe, and they still won it. Texas State just 2-4 against the spread their last 6 games against South Alabama. South Alabama's won 6 of their last 8 and covered 4 of their last 5 coming into this one. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Texas State has gone under in 5 of their last 7. However, South Alabama has gone over in 4 of its last 5 coming in. So let's see what you have here. Texas State taking on South Alabama here in this one. Man, I think I want to go over here with these two now. USA is 4-7 to the under as a favorite, but Texas State is 8-4 to the over on the road. I'm going to take the over in this one between Texas State and South Alabama. Give me the over 138 in this one. And let's see in the chat what you have here. It's going to be Robert on the under. Kane is on South Alabama against the spread. USA for Robert and over for Var. I got 2 more here tonight. Let's go to the OVC and take a look at this one with Lindenwood taking on Tennessee State here in the Ohio Valley. Taking a look currently at the standings here. You don't need to look much further than Tennessee Martin tied for the lead with Southeast Missouri, but Tennessee State is just a half a game back at 11-5, and Lindenwood is 10-6. They're tied for 5th, and they're just a game and a half out of first right now. Tennessee State had their 3-game winning streak snapped last time out at Moorhead, 94-86 as a 1.5-point favorite. Before that, they had consecutive wins over Eastern Illinois, Western Illinois, and Southern Indiana. Tennessee State here, though, just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10. Lindenwood just 2-4 against the spread as an underdog this year, and 5-8 against the spread on the road. These two teams met back in late January. It was 96-86 in favor of Tennessee State. They covered as a 4.5-point underdog there in that one. Let's see how you have it here in the chat. On mid-major Thursday, Lindenwood comes in having won 4 of their last 6, but just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. They're also just 1-6 against the spread against Tennessee State in the last 7 meetings. Tennessee State just 1-4 though against the spread in their last 5, although they've won 10 of their last 14. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under. I'm going to take Tennessee State. I'm chasing that steam from earlier. Give me Tennessee State here at home. I'm going to take them here to beat Lindenwood. Like I said, I better update that spread, though, so you don't think I'm taking a shortcut here. They're definitely 4.5. There we go. All right. Yep, 4.5 or so in that one. All right, you guys. We're getting down to the end of the show here. Just when we were waiting for all the NBA to come back, seems like this show's gone pretty fast with you guys today. Thanks a lot for being here. Let's go to the last one here. All right, I got the Matadors of Cal State Northridge taking on the Gauchos of UC Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara coming in here right now with a 3.5-point favorite, total 157.5 maybe. Northridge has been hot right now coming in. Northridge with a winning streak for sure. Cruising here right now, despite the fact that they're just 4-9 against the spread on the road. Doesn't matter, they're covering. You're winning and covering. They're hot. They've won 5 straight, covered 4 of their last 5. They've also covered 5 of the last 6 meetings against Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara here has won 8 of 10. They've gone 6-3 ATS in their last 9, and they're 8-1 straight up in their last 9 games at the Thunderdome. 12 of the last 17 games for Northridge have gone over. 6 of the last 8 between these two have gone over. Santa Barbara is 8-3 to the over at home, 12-6 to the over as a favorite, and Northridge is 8-5 to the over on the road. These two teams met in January, and it was 74-65. That one stayed well under as Northridge got the win and cover, a 2.5-point favorite at home there in that one, but I'm going to take the over in this one. Figure they get back to an over after going under there in that last game. I'll take the over in Northridge and Santa Barbara. See what you guys have in the chat, and then I guess the show's over. All right, let's see here. Stacks has Santa Barbara here. Robert's on the under. And NYC Bar likes Santa Barbara here. And I don't think he's on St. Bonaventure. And Robert likes UCSB here in this one. All right. Well, man, I guess that's going to do it for the Morning Steam Show. Enjoy the United States gold medal match coming up here. There's plenty of tennis action as well. There's some international soccer here today as well, with some Europa League, I guess, today is kind of the featured coverage. Galaxy plays tonight in CONCACAF Champions League. All right. Don't forget, head on over to winnable.com/Ramon. Get my premium picks over there and get my golf picks here. Are they underway? I think they've got to be underway there at the Genesis Invitational. Yes, we've got birdies here so far after one hole. Who's birdied? Echevarria is birdied. Hoey is birdied. JT Poston is birdied. Salamaki is birdied over there today so far. So use the promo code STEAM to get my premium picks over there. The golf picks are free. Here, let's hear from Mikey talking about winnable.com.
Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Whoops. Where we go? Where's the drawing here? I think we have the drawing. There we go. I'll fix that. Really on 13 commenters today in the chat. Is this thing working? Someone's going to win here. Let's see who wins. Got Andrew in there. We got Justin. We got our Andrew G, not Prince Andrew, former Prince Andrew, who just got arrested today and is in jail. Steve Leftarian gets a free month onto his subscription. I might be able to do it right here as we speak while I'm in the background of the Winnable here right now. Thank you to Steve for all your support. I really appreciate you, sir, and your support of me here on the Sports Money Network. I'm adding a month to his subscription right now. Save him $20 or $16 or something like that. Give him an extra month there right now. Thank you to Steve as always. That's gonna do it here for the morning steam. And let's see here. Can we get the golf plays up here real quick? My golf plays. I don't want to, I know not everybody wants to subscribe to my picks, so let me at least bring the golf plays up here. See if we can't get them up. Oh, jeez. Hello. Here we go. Let's see if we can get these golf plays up here. Okay. Here we go. I think we got the golf plays ready to go here. Make sure I click on the right thing. There we go. All right, there they are, my golf picks here. They've just teed off, so none of these guys have gone off yet. And again, Scotty is, basically 3-1 this week. So my suggestion, if you like Scotty, go with Scotty and go with none of these picks. I would say do that. Either just go with Scotty and ride with Scotty and hope he wins at 3-1. Now I can't do it. I can't bring myself to take basically saying Scotty's going to win one out of every 3 tournaments. I mean, even, the great Scotty Scheffler or Tiger Woods, all these Sam Snead, Jack Nicklaus, whoever, just seems hard. Although Scotty's only lost to 10 guys so far this year. 10 guys have finished ahead of him in tournaments. Even when he starts out behind. Now, here's the thing. Last 2 tournaments, Scotty's shot a crummy first round. Crummy for him. Crummy in general. Kind of even par, 1 under, something like that. And, with the stumble out of the gate, he's basically gone up to as high as 6-1, 8-1, 10-1. I think in the last one. Comes all the way back. You get your equity back if you're watching live and you're like, is he going to come back? I don't know. And you can make that decision at a moment's notice and still cash on him. Now he hasn't won those last 2, but he's come all the way back from way down after the bad first round. So we'll see what he does this week, but I'm going to go with Russell Henley at 22. I went with Russell Henley here at 22-1 this week. I mean, he's top 10 strokes gained kind of guy this season so far, and almost elite putting numbers for sure, and always makes the cut. Harris English, a veteran, of course, who ranks solidly in strokes gained total and putting strokes gained. So world-class ball striker for sure. Ben Griffin, breakout tour, of course, breakout season here over the last year and a half. Ryder Cup inclusion as well. A top-tier ball striker, always fares well in big fields. Adam Scott, a major champion, of course, before, his best days are over for the Aussie, but still a high world rank, by deal value, veteran play that I like to play on this type of courses. Keegan Bradley, another former major champ, Ryder Cup captain, of course, but still solid strokes game. They asked Tiger about being Ryder Cup captain. He got a big smile on his face. Could he do the next captaincy? Ryan Gerard, he's kind of an emerging guy with multiple top tens last season, and still probably breakout potential for him. And then Nick Taylor, kind of an experienced grinder guy with definitely improving his ball striking and consistent strokes gained with the approach there. And I think he's probably the best. He's probably best at top 20, I would think, here this one. So those are my picks here this week for the Genesis. Okay. Thanks a lot, everybody. Let's get that. Am I there? There we go. Oh. All right, man, Mikey. I could have used my new Mikey. There we go. Got to get it up there. Thanks for joining me, everybody, here on the Morning Steam. And want to say goodbye to the folks in the chat. Thank you to Kane. Thank you to Robert. Thank you to Steve as well. And I really appreciate you guys are back here with more Morning Steam tomorrow. Get ready for Friday and the weekend action here. And also, don't forget Mikey Money today, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Pre-gaming, Mikey gets you ready for the primetime action here with his show here on the Sports Money Network. It's going to do it for me. We'll be back tomorrow for more for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott.
That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.